If sugar cravings dominate your thoughts and cutting down on sugar just feels impossible, first of all, I want to tell you that you are not crazy and you are definitely not weak. This is a completely normal response for your body to be having, especially when your blood sugar is consistently imbalanced. So that's why in this video today, I'm going to use my education in nutrition and dietetics and also my 9 months of experience so far doing a sugar detox to really help you better understand your blood sugar and how to keep it balanced all day, every single day. Here's the thing about sugar cravings that no one really talks about. Sugar cravings are not a self-control issue, they're actually a safety signal. Because when your blood sugar is stable, your body feels calm and your mind is able to focus and you're not like getting distracted by sugar cravings every 30 minutes. But when your blood sugar is not balanced, your body goes into protection mode. And it is so much harder to do a sugar detox or just even cut down on sugar when your body is feeling threatened. And I see this all the time, especially in women who are super motivated or are really, really disciplined, or, women who are just like trying to do all the right things and they might be skipping meals or just relying on coffee to like get them through the morning. But then the afternoon comes and the cravings hit really hard and they can feel really, really strong. Like they can honestly feel impossible to ignore. And what's happening there is not a lack of discipline. It's actually just the body saying to you like, hey, something is out of balance and I need you to pay attention to it and I'm gonna need your support to get it back into balance. Because in our bodies, we have a baseline blood sugar level that the body always wants to stay in, right? Because if we dip below that blood sugar baseline or if we go too far above it, the body knows that if we stay there for too long, it's not only going to be really uncomfortable for you, but eventually it'll get to a point where it's actually dangerous. So your body is constantly trying to take care of you, trying to keep you alive. So that's why these cravings can feel so intense and so impossible to ignore, because it's doing everything that it can to get your blood sugar back to baseline just to keep you alive and help keep you going. So let's prevent your body from even reaching that point in the first place by really structuring our meals properly. So the first thing to note before we even get into the meal structure is that carbs and sugar are what affects your blood sugar. So proteins and fats and fiber are not going to affect your blood sugar. It's carbs and sugar that will. So this is why it can be really helpful to structure our meals with fiber, protein, healthy fats. First of all, especially doing this at breakfast is really important, so that way you stay in that steady baseline to start the day. That'll keep sugar cravings really at bay if you do that. But really doing this at as many meals as possible throughout your life will have so many benefits for your body, but again, especially for making it so much easier to keep those cravings away, because your blood sugar will be in that steady, balanced space. Your body will have no need to go into panic mode and make you feel stressed and scatterbrained and all of those things. And then if you do want to add carbs to your meal, it might be helpful to think about two things when it comes to approaching carbs in your meal. One, keep them minimal. So usually about a half cup or less per meal is pretty comfortable for most people. And then two, eat the carbs at the end of the meal. So eating fiber and protein and healthy fats first will slow down the digestion of any carbs or sugar coming in after that. So that means that those carbs and sugars will release into your bloodstream much slower, and your blood sugar will rise gently above the baseline, if at all, right? But it'll be gently and just a little bit above the baseline, which means your body will not be sent into panic mode. And instead, you will leave that meal feeling like energized, like you'll have like clear, stable energy, and your mind will be able to focus easily, and you'll just feel a whole lot calmer. And bonus, you won't be craving sugar an hour later. Whereas if you eat carbs at the beginning of a meal, like let's say you're having bread or chips at the beginning of your meal before any fiber, protein, or fat is in your system, that will make it so those carbs and sugars, once they're broken down, they will release into the bloodstream very quickly, which will cause your blood sugar to spike super high above baseline. And that's when your body will go into that kind of panic mode to try to get it back down. And what happens is it'll also overcompensate, and your blood sugar will end up dipping far below its baseline after all of that. Even if you eat the fiber, protein, and healthy fats after the carbs, that'll help a little bit, but you'll probably still dip far below your baseline. And what that means for you is that about an hour-ish or so after your meal, you'll start to get really strong cravings for sugar or something really carby, because your body is trying really hard again to get back up to baseline. So it is constantly trying to take care of you and keep you in that safe, steady blood sugar baseline level. So that's why we can help support that process by simply structuring our meals with fiber, proteins, and healthy fats. And then when we do have carbs, we just have them at the end of the meal to kind of minimize any blood sugar impact from those carbs. Understanding how your blood sugar works and how to keep it balanced is essential for doing a successful sugar detox for so many reasons, but especially for its effects on sugar cravings like we talked about in this video today. But there are a few other main reasons we do get sugar cravings that are also essential to understand if you really want to make this difference in your life. So I have gone into depth in those other reasons in my other video, so I'm going to leave that one here for you and down below. So make sure to check that one out next, and I will see you over there.